And good evening. Hopefully you can hear this coming through. Just getting set up. Right, so we have had a product launch today, so we're going to go through that shortly and we'll have a quick chat about that. But just beforehand, if someone wants to let me know in the comments if they can hear me, or in the chat window, I should say, that would be good. Perfect, thank you very much. That's what we want to see. Right, so let's see, where are we? So I'm just making sure everything else is working as I expect it to be at this point. Right, let's see. So we have had a new product launch today. So we have the UNVR we're going to be talking about. I'm just getting a bit of feedback. There we go. Cool. Right, we're good. I can focus now. Me trying to multitask is not a good idea. That's to say. So we have the UNVR Instant, which has been launched. That is $199, and it's an all-in-one Protect solution that has been brought about. It's going to be ideal for those startups. It's going to be ideal for just getting your foot into UniFi Protect, or if you have a smaller deployment that doesn't require the NVR or the UNVR or the UNVR Pro, or even the eNVR, for example. So let's have a quick look at what's going on here. So yeah, we can hear, okay, all good, loud and clear, good stuff. Bit mean UniFi sending you a birthday present you have to do a video on. Well, you know what? I enjoy making the Ubiquiti content. So I guess depending on how, I don't want to say sad, but depending on how you look at it, I mean, it could be fun creating a video on. I enjoy the process, so it's good fun. When you do it throughout the year, not sure it's not sure it's something you can say it's a birthday gift, but yeah, it's something that I enjoy doing, that's for sure. Good evening, Mark. How you doing? Thank you for adding to my UniFi GAS list. No problem. I mean, I want to say definitely before the end of the year, there's going to be probably a few more things that get added to that list. But yeah, only time will tell to see what that is. What do we have here? Cracking piece of kit, cracking piece of equipment, right product, I would say. Yeah, it is. It definitely is one of those things that I think was needed. And I think these are gonna go out the door quite quickly, to be honest. Especially if you are looking for something to just run UniFi Protect, it's definitely going to happen. Hey Jesse, always nice Ubiquiti presents or otherwise. Happy birthday, thank you very much. Yeah, it always is a good thing to have deliveries. I think been doing this for a little while now, and it still doesn't get old waiting for those Ubiquiti deliveries. It's still knowing sometimes I don't actually know what's turning up is the first thing that sometimes happens, and I just get the notification that that's coming. So yeah, that's one thing that was that's always good. And then when you do know what's coming, you're anxious to get your hands on it and see what it is, because sometimes it is new and sometimes it's some of the older equipment that you just want to play around with and yeah, create content on. Hey Tyler, how you doing? So we have a couple of other Ubiquiti creators in the audience. So we have Tab Geeks, that's Jesse. He's created a video on the UNVR Instant as well, so you can go and check that out on his channel. And Tyler has recently started getting into the Ubiquiti content. So yeah, give them a shout or have a look at their channel if you want to see some more. If you don't get enough of all of us so far, then there's a few more people to look at. Good evening from Prague. Hey Vasil, how you doing? I feel like you're always traveling Europe. I guess, yeah, it's, I guess, Well, I always say it'd be good to travel, but whenever I do travel, I know it's not a very glamorous life sometimes, especially when you're traveling for work. If you're traveling for pleasure, maybe it might be a bit of fun, but for work, probably not. Would the UNVR work with other third party IP cameras? So it is. It does support ONVIF just like the rest of the UniFi Protect systems. But yeah, it depends on what sort of thing you want to get set up. I don't know how many cameras that supports. I've not put this through its paces yet to test everything with it. We did just get this a few days ago. So so the video I've kind of released is a quick overview. This is what it does. This is how it works. And then I'm gonna now put it through its paces to see what it can and can't do, and possibly do a follow-up review if I feel it's necessary. Thank you very much, Cloud. Thank you. Yeah. So let me just have a quick look at one thing before we jump further. So let's have a little look here. What's going on here? Okay. Let's move that out of the way. Right, so let's. Oh wow, there's 25 of you already. Didn't expect that many so far. If you haven't already, hit that like button. But yeah, okay, I won't stall anymore. Let's jump into this. I don't know how long we are going to be around here for at the moment, but yeah, let's have a look at some of the tech specs. I'm not going to put you through the pain of. I'm not going to put you through the pain, not the pain, I wouldn't even really say pain. I'm not going to make you watch the Ubiquiti video again. Unless you really want to, then let me know in the chat and we'll watch it again. But let's quickly run through some of the tech specs so we know what we have and what it's going to look like. So 2 different instances you can buy. There's a single kit and there is a single unit, and a kit. So you have 2 different options that you can buy. And if I bring my camera up just there, you can see me in the bottom corner. So compact 3.5-inch drive support, 6-port PoE switch, integrated HDMI viewport, which is fantastic because a lot of people will tell you that the viewport itself is $199 by itself. So while the fact that this has one actually included with it is great, and capacity for 6 4K cameras or 15 full HD cameras. So depending on what kind of setup you are looking to do, you can keep this quite small, or if you have the HD cameras, you can actually make this quite a large deployment. In terms of 2K cameras, it does 8 2K cameras. So if you have that size in terms of clarity, then yeah, you'll be looking at that size. So $199 for a single unit, and then $699 is the kit. Now you think that might be a big jump, but actually when you start adding all of this up together, it actually works out a reasonable deal. It's actually not too bad. So we've got 4 G5 turret cameras, or G5 G turret ultras, I should say, not the G5 turret, and you get a terabyte HDD with it also as well. So I think it's a win-win in that sense. In terms of some of the technicals, I don't think there is. I mean, they're all gigabit ports. They're compact. There's a DIN rail mount that comes with it. If I can find where it is, just that. I should really put myself on the big screen. So you can see that's the DIN rail, or even this. It's a bit of a mess on the desk, so I apologize. But yeah, that's the DIN rail mount, and that just screws into the back. I'll show you that in just a moment. Where else are we? The quad-core processor, I think that's about it, really. I don't think there's really too much else. I mean, it tells you the specs of the IR G5 Turret Ultra, which, to be fair, are quite decent cameras. So yeah, it's a good piece of kit, and I think, like I said, I think this is gonna sell out quite quickly. Will it support ONVIF? So it runs just like UniFi Protect. So it does run exactly the same as an NVR or anything like that, or any of the other NVRs that are available. So it is, how do I word this? Yes, you can run third-party cameras. It does support ONVIF. Does the UNVR require a cloud key or a cloud gateway? I had a deployment that would be almost perfect for this, but they aren't using UniFi ecosystem for networking. I can tell you that there is no need to have a UniFi stack. Obviously, it works it would be a lot more seamless and a bit more better for you if you have the UniFi stack. But I plug this into a third-party router that I have, or my ISP's router directly, and pops up. Then you set it up through the UniFi OS app or the UniFi Network app. Actually, not even the UniFi Network app. You set it up through the UniFi app, and then that gets set up with UniFi Protect. You go into Protect, and everything is good to go. What's this? Do Ubiquiti limit the amount of how much you can criticize their product as part of your agreement with them? No, they don't. So we can say whatever we wish, whether we want to say it's good, whether we want to say it's bad, what's good with it, what's not good with it, is it good value for money? Whatever we want to say, we are well within our limits. They don't control anything that we have to say about the products themselves. What do you think UniFi is most missing in their portfolio? Feel free to mention, it's coming but hasn't been announced yet. Oof. What do I feel? That's I think I'm going to go with some of the live streams that I've been mentioning. So it was the doorbell initially. Obviously, that doorbell upgrade was the biggest thing. I think they're missing that middle level chime. So I think they have a chime already. I think a lot of people know, and we know it's not the loudest chime in the world. The other two options they've got the PoE siren, which is with Superlink, or they have the AI horn. So having that little middle ground right there, I think would be quite good. I'm just trying to look at their store to see what else I feel that they're missing. There was, at the start of the year, I asked, I don't know if I still have that document, actually. I'd have to have a look to see if I have it somewhere. So I asked at the start of the year what people would like to see released by the end of the year. Definitely a NAS was the big one. A doorbell was another one. Someone actually said sort of a middle-sized rack. So they have the 12U and the 42U. But they also have, they don't have something in the middle. So maybe an 18 or a 25U, 22U, something floor standing in that sort of size. So that was another thing. But yeah, there was a few other things. Now that they've released the doorbells with the access reader in it, a lot of people are calling for locks that they might want. So they're asking for smart locks. I've seen people ask for thermostats. So there's loads of gaps, areas that they could go into, but whether they're going to go down that route is $1 million question. It's always one of those things. Is there? Are they not? So yeah. I hope that kind of answers your question a little bit, Dwight. But I kind of left that one a bit open-ended. I didn't really, just a 3-day trip. Saw 2 guys carrying access boxes and a Cat6 cable at the airport yesterday. Did you not give them time to go to store.ui.com? I'm sure you would have got a bit of an earful from them, actually, probably about how Access are the leaders of the market, etc., etc. But yeah. We won't go into that conversation. Feel free to mention, it's yeah, okay. Quite a good deal with this kit. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it's definitely, even the single unit alone. I think it's quite good in that sense. A good value for money. Like I said, the all-in-one unit itself is $199. The viewport itself is $199. So it's kind of like, I think it's a really good deal. For someone that is doing a kit install, whether it's a small shop, whether it's a small business office, something like this is ideal. You just grab this all-in-one, ready to go. The full kit is there. Just run some network cable and away you go. Disappointed with the PoE budget. Would have preferred more power with no HDMI. Yeah, I think I've seen a bit of a split with that one. I think I've seen people wanting the HDMI out, so they're really wanting it on the NVRs. And I think it's something that's needed in some instances. In some instances, I think the viewport works fine if you're doing it on a larger scale. But if this is sat in your office at the back and you're in a small business environment, I think that the HDMI connected into it is perfectly fine. Depending on how your setup is, obviously this might not be the right one for you. You might need to move to the NVR, or you might need to move to the the UNVR Pro. So it just depends on what sort of setup you're looking for. Hey Wilson, how you doing? No worries, all good. We only just got started, I guess. And I say we only just got started. We're 20 minutes in already, or 15 minutes in already. So yeah, so yeah, don't worry about that. We're here for a little bit. I don't know how long the stream will probably go for. I'm expecting maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes it goes longer. It depends how many questions. Depends how many questions you have, I guess. I was really hoping they release a wireless doorbell or at least a regular entry model. PoE for home is very rare. Yes and no. Yeah, I think a lot more people are starting to run PoE because there are other consumer brands who are releasing PoE models as well. So I think a lot of people are. That being said, I think I said it last time that when the original doorbell came out, it came out with Wi-Fi first, and then the PoE followed a little bit later. So who knows? This is probably just the first initial look at. Maybe they might release more later on in the year. Maybe they might not. But this is all we know at the moment. What is better, this or the UDM SE, which already has an NVR? So that's where I would go to techspecs.ui.com, click on compare. Let's jump into, if it will let me. No, it's not going to let me select it because it's just looking at NVRs. I mean, your UDM SE, let me just have a quick look how many cameras you can run on there because I can't remember off the top of my head. The UDM SE in terms of cameras is 24 HD cameras, 14 2K cameras, 8 4K cameras. So if you're looking at 4K cameras, you're slightly better off with 8 4K cameras and 14 2K cameras. So I think your UDM SE is going to be probably slightly more powerful. But if you want to take off the load off your, I guess, your UDM SE to give yourself more power for your routing and and your gateway side, then you can move it off to the UNVR Instant as long as it's capable of doing it. Personally, I probably wouldn't switch from one to the other, but I'll leave that choice to you, whether if that's something that you want to do. And obviously the PoE budget is probably going to be the other thing as well. How much budget does this have? $180. So there's a lot more PoE budget in there as well. I think a new floodlight is needed. Yeah. I think that would be a good shout. Yeah, they have a floodlight. It's been out for a number of years now. So something a little bit brighter if it's possible, then that would be something interesting, I think. The UDM SE can handle more cameras than the UNVR. Yes, it can. Correct. Don't you think the PoE budget could be a little higher? 40 watt is too little for 4K or AI cameras, for example. So I agree. The budget could be a little bit higher, but also you need to keep in mind where this is being targeted for, what it's being set up for. That being said, you're welcome to buy a secondary switch, which will give you the additional PoE budget. So you can take this, have maybe a flex switch or something else that to run with it, and that will do the PoE that you require. So you can plug this in. It does say if you've got a layer 3 switch, it works as it is. So that's something you can try as well. 1 second. Okay. UDM SE has 180 watt of PoE budget, so would say that's better. Plus, you already have it. Yeah, I think that pretty much answers the question. How does the UNVR compare to your Reolink's MVR bundle? I will be honest with you, I haven't seen Reolink's MVR bundle, so I would probably have to have a look at it and see what the differences are between them. I think the UNVR was designed for a few 2K cameras based on that price and how many cameras it will handle. This seems perfect for a lot of small businesses. And I think, yeah, that's one of the big areas I think they're targeting. I think there's small deployments with a few cameras indoor, maybe one outdoor if you're running a doorbell, for example. But yeah, that's something I think is where they're going to sell quite quickly. Good evening, and it's nice to see you again. Hey, Cyber Army, how you doing? I think last time you were here, you were on holiday, weren't you, in Italy, if I remember correctly? I guess you're back to reality now, no longer on holiday. Let's see, what else have we got? The new UNVR is going to make UniFi stock issues a lot worse. Possibly, but I'm going to say at the moment they're both still in stock. So I think we're good on that side. So either they haven't sold as quickly, or they have quite a few of them, which is obviously a bonus if they have extra surplus stock of this. Still in stock in the EU as well, and I don't know if they went to UK and Canada. I don't know. Do Canada still have them? Yeah, Canada have got both of them in stock. Pain when this does this. I think if someone can write something in the comments and let me know if we are back online. As always, I'm sure those that have that join me regularly know I tend to have issues with my live stream. But yes, I am back, hopefully. And let me just refresh this so I know these are coming through. Let me just go through these and then I'm going to catch up, hopefully. Okay. Let's refresh this. So I'm just trying to make sure this is working on my screen. Bear with me. Let me just pop this out for 1 second. Let's go back through some questions while we are. Where were we? So yeah, something I think we said we were on Mark's question. So many homeowners have an issue where racks in their home. So something like this would be ideal. I know something my family and immediate family just and distributor would accept in your home. So I mean, something like this is small and easy just to pop in the attic or the loft or wherever you are. It's quite easy to do that. So that's definitely something I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to do. So yeah, I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't work for a lot of people, and I think that's where we're going to be. I am just okay, and right. If someone just pops something in the chat for me, I just want to make sure this is working again. Nope, this is not working. Okay, let me just. All right, bear with me. Let me pop out this chat. Oh, there we go. Mark, you're the one. You are the one. So, okay, we're back to reality now. So if I've missed anything and somebody wants to ask a question again, feel free to do so. For the time being, I'm just going to pop this window up so we can catch up with some of the questions. And I think it's this one. Yep, there we go. So, where do we get to? So we're on Mark's question just up here. Now the UNVR Instant is online. The question arises, when will the UNAS models and UPS models become available? I guess let me go a little bit this side so you can kind of see me. That's a very good question. If you know the answer to that question, even I would like to know the answer to that question. So if you do know it, please let me know, because I'm definitely hoping to get my hands on a new NAS, if there is one coming, and a new NVR. Oh no, a UPS. So both of those I would like to get my hands on if they are coming at any point soon. Are we going to be able to manage the PoE ports from the Protect interface? That is a very good question. What sort of, I guess I would ask the question, what sort of management would you want to be able to do? And I just realized this is offline at the moment, so I would have to, plug it in and get it set up. So what we'll do while we're doing this, let's get this powered up, shall we? So let's, I know this isn't what we, where we were kind of left off, but yeah, this is the UNVR Instant. So small, compact at the back. If we take this off, I don't think I normally get this far in a stream where I actually start talking about something. And now this is where I can't get the bottom of the container off because my hands are slippery. Nope, not going to be able to. Anyway, we'll leave that for now because my hands are all sweaty in the nicest way. So at the back, we have 6 PoE ports just here. We have a network port and we have a view port, and then we have a power lead also as well. So really easy and simple for this to set up. It's all connected all back here. There's a DIN rail mount, which I mentioned earlier. So this actually clips just into here. And if I was able to take the back off, if my hands weren't so, I guess, slippery from everything going so wrong, then I would have been able to show you where that screws in as well. And then just the drivers underneath here as well. And I just realized why I can't actually open this up. It's not because my hands are... There's a little screw on the side just here that I tightened up before the stream because I actually missed this. So that right there, I believe, see, look at that. That right there is a little screw. So you learn something new all the time, right? So if you ever can't get one of these off, and I learned the hard way myself, there's a little screw on the side here which screws it down and makes sure that you can't get inside to get to the drive. So that's a little thing, and your drive goes straight into here. There's a screw in here which locks it down, and yeah, I think that's that pretty much covers it physically, I guess. I guess you all should have seen that already because you would have seen my video, but hey, nonetheless, let's continue. Let's go back to here and let's get this off so you can see past my face. Right, so we need to get some power into this. So let's get some power. I have so much stuff on my desk, so excuse the mess. I have a G5 Instant, which is just here, or G5 Instant. I have a G5 Turret Ultra. No, I didn't say a new product that hasn't been announced before anybody says it. I have a connectivity from my network, and let's get this powered up. Right, let's go back to some more questions while we do this. Where were we? Are we going to be able to manage the ports? No, we've covered that one. What's the fastest ISP you can get in the UK? I'm with BT 900 meg. So I'm with Yazy Broadband, and I'm getting 2 gig down, 1 gig up at the moment. I also have Virgin Media as another ISP, and that is 1.1 gig down and 100 meg up, I think. So there are others out there. You just need to do a bit more hunting, I think, and make sure fiber is available in your area. Does it handle heat well? So I'll be honest with you, we've only had this for a few days, so I've not had a chance to put it through its paces just yet. I know a couple of other creators have also said the same thing, that they're going to want to do some more testing on this and release another review. I haven't felt it get that warm. I've only had a couple of cameras running on it. So I have these 2 that have been running off it for the last few days. So yeah, that's all I can tell you on that one at that point. People are holding fire, new iPhone soon priorities. Yeah, I did want that. I do like the look of the orange 17 Pro Max, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to buy that right now, but we'll see. Lost. Yep. Last stream got down. Yes, I'm back. Okay, I think we're almost back to. If only it was 10 millimeters slimmer, it would say. If it was 10 millimeters slimmer widthways, it would have fit in the 10-inch mini rack. I wonder if they did that deliberately or not. I don't know. Who knows? Can two instances be tied together on a UNVR or an NVR Pro for an instant? Can two instances be tied together on a viewer or an NVR Pro and an instant? Oh, you mean like stacked? I'm assuming that's what you mean, Dave. Can two instances be tied together on a viewer? Do you mean stacked, or are you talking about vantage point? So if you're talking about vantage point, you can use vantage point on here, as far as I'm aware. If you're talking about stacking the two units, then no, you can't. And I think we're back to the questions on here. Fine. That's where, let's see. There we go. Let's see if this works now. Hey, we're working again. Right, okay. If I have a Cloud Gateway Max and want to get into Protect, does it make sense for me to get the UNVR Instant? Unless I'm mistaken, the main thing I would gain would be HDD storage and a viewport. So if you had a Max, Cloud Gateway Max, doesn't the Cloud Gateway Max run it anyway? Yeah, but basically if you went with the Instant, you'd probably be able to run more on your Max, I would say. That's me telling you without actually looking at the specs, so maybe I should look at the specs first. Cloud Gateway Max. You run similar sort of numbers, so 15 HD cameras, 8 2K cameras, and 5 4K cameras. So with the Max, you can run one less 4K camera. You would gain a viewport on this, yes, and you would gain a single HDD. So you wouldn't be able to use an SSD, and you wouldn't be able to use an M2 drive. So you got to keep that one in mind. You are going to a straight HDD on here. I saw that you can, but the PoE control is quite limited. Dean, I was thinking the same thing. Are you able to put the G6 bullet on a wall and have it leaning all the way to the left? Means it can look down the side. So you're basically wanting to do something like this, right? So if it's on the wall, you want to be able to turn it a full 90 degrees. This is the only camera that does 90-degree turns, and that is the G6 Pro bullet. So not the G6 bullet, the G6 Pro bullet. Now, one thing a lot of people have been asking me for a long time, which I keep forgetting to do, is I have an angled base right here. If you can see that, that's the angled base, and I need to test it on the G6 bullet to see how far it turns around to make sure I can get the 90-degree bend. I assume that's what this is for. So I still haven't got around to seeing that yet. Nice try, Black Jedi. Nice try. I think one day I'm just going to be turned around and be like, "Here you go. This is what we've got." No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But actually, at this point, I don't have anything that Ubiquiti have sent me. So I actually don't have anything that I don't think anyway that you're not supposed to see. So who was asking about? So let's go across to here. Now, I apologize. This is not something I fully prepared for, that you were going to see everything in my room. So my room is a little bit of a mess. So this is the UNVR Instant. So there you go. There's me. That's probably quite trippy on the screen, seeing me so close. But yeah, so for those of you that don't want to see, this is where I sit. This is my desk, and yeah, this is where you are. So this is what I see. So for those that wanted to see what I see, there you go. You can have an insight as to what I see on my side. But this is the, I guess this is the G5 Turret Ultra. And who was asking about individual port? Individual ports. What control we have over them. So manage. So these are this is the only port management that we're able to do. Active, disable, PoE on, PoE off. That's the main few things that we're able to do. And for those that are wondering a bit about the PoE budget, this is running the G5 Turret Ultra, and it's taking 2.2 watts worth of PoE budget. So I'm actually going to grab another network cable, which I did have somewhere, which is right here. And I'm going to plug this in. This is the G6 turret. I'm trying to remember all the names now. So there you go. I'm going to plug that in and we'll come back. That was painful. And then we'll come back and have a look and see how much budget that's taken up. Let's go back to the questions. Evening, Jake. How you doing? The cloud gateway max can run protect if you want, but you have SSD, but it max out at 2 terabytes. Yeah, that's another good point. Thanks, Jesse. That's another good point on that one. Can I use the PoE ports to feed an AP to be controlled by UDR? I'm probably going to say no on that one. I'm guessing not. I do like the look of these, but I'm waiting to see someone use UNVR with PoE ports. Yes, I probably will be making a follow-up to this at some point. So yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll do something like that in a follow-up video. Basically, anything not using PPPoE. I'm talking about. I guess you're talking about a fiber connection. Yeah, luckily I don't think I have anything that uses PPPoE. I guess I can feel the frustration in your voice there, in your message there, Jake. Is the UCG fiber a good product? Yes, it's a very good product. The Cloud Gateway Fiber, if you're looking for something small, compact, powerful, that is the one for you. Is it easy to migrate your current Protect on a cloud key to an NVR Instant? Yes, it would be exactly the same as any other restore. So you would load it up, and there's an option that actually, when you get this set up, it says, "Do you want to restore from a backup?" Which you can do. You can just restore straight from a backup. I realized I had a couple of other questions on another platform, and I'm hoping those people are still around to listen. Can the UNVR replace the cloud key? Yes, if you're just running Protect, yes, it can replace your cloud key. And there was one more. But is this device not irrelevant if you have a Cloud Gateway Max? Yes, it probably would be, depending on what you're looking for. If you're finding that your Cloud Gateway Max is maxing out, and you want to allow more space to run your network itself, you can run Protect on this and run Max as just your network device. So yes, that is possible. Am I better off getting the AI CCTV? AI CCTV, are they talking about the AI cameras? Yes, they're probably slightly better than the G5 Turret Ultra, but it depends what you're looking to do. And let me go back to here. There you go. So we have those two running, and it's taking 5.37 watts. Now, I know someone's going to tell me, well, they're not running the IR lights, which takes more power. So let's turn them. So I've just made them dark. Let's see if that does anything to the PoE. So nothing at this point. I'm going to keep holding on to this for a minute or so. I'm going to go through some of the questions, not that you guys can see them. But, oh, there you go. So it's jumped up a little bit. So it's gone to 8 watts. So 2 cameras with the IR sensors. It's gone to 8.35 watts. So it went up a little bit. So it went from 5 to 8, I think. Yeah, 5 to 8. So yeah, that's a quick live demo there for you in terms of PoE availability. I will get my UNVR soon. Am I willing to connect the SFP cable? Do I connect to an aggregation switch or the same camera? I will get my, sorry, I'm just reading this back. I think I did a bad job reading that. I will get my UNVR soon, so I'm willing to connect an SFP plus cable. Do I have to connect to an aggregation switch on the same switch that the camera is connected to and VLAN to? You'd probably want to connect it to the same VLAN. As long as the VLAN can be seen across multiple switches, doesn't matter which switch you plug it into. You can plug it into any of them. You knew about the doorbell on the last stream, though. What was the last stream? Hold on. Let me... Wait 1 minute. So, let me also add right now, if you are looking to buy UNVR Instant, I am going to leave my affiliate link in the chat window. It does help the channel, so if you do wish to use them. So first things first is... Oh, we don't want to hear that. So first things first, I will put my video in the chat. So if you haven't seen it already, you can go and check that out. And if you haven't purchased a UNVR Instant yet, and you are looking to purchase one, here's a couple of affiliate links, and it just helps the channel out. So yeah, if you could use them, that would be very much appreciated. That's my sales pitch over. So what was the last stream? When did I do the last stream? Sunday. So let's see what Jake was saying. Let's see what Jake was saying. So I did a video 7 days ago on the doorbells. So it would have been the stream before that. I don't think I did. If I did, I probably knew maybe a day or two before. Actually, no, I didn't know, because this video came out on Thursday, or no, Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Thursday? Wednesday? Wednesday. And I think we got told on the Monday. Yeah, so no, I didn't. Anyway, we move on. So no power cycle option. Let's have a look, Vessel. Let's have a look. I didn't see a power cycle. No, I did see a power cycle option. I did see a power cycle option. Yeah, so if we go to here, and there's a little button here for power cycle. So if we hover over the port, there's manage, and then there's power cycle. So you can power cycle the ports. There's 46 of you. Nice. Welcome to the stream. For those that you aren't here regularly, I generally stream on a Sunday. Although I've had quite a few successes during the week when there's more people, so maybe I might stream a little bit more during the week. And I'm generally here when there's a new product release or a new software update release. We'll just come and have a quick chat about it, basically, like we are today. I joined the stream a little late. I'm not sure if anyone has asked this yet. How loud is the UNVR when the hard drive is installed? I haven't put something next to it, but my fans of my computer next to me are louder than this. So I couldn't say how loud it actually is. I can hear the drive spinning when it's obviously next to my ear, but I couldn't really tell you because I have fan lights and everything going on. So those are louder than this unit itself. Maybe I'll turn all the lights off and everything later and have a little listen and see what it is. I need a camera that detects people, vehicle registrations, animals, anything in the day and night, but overall AI abilities to future-proof. So any of the AI or probably G6 Pro cameras do that. Even the G6 cameras, I think they have smart detections as well. So the one thing you want to have a look at when you go to the cameras to see, for example, let's take the AI turret, for example. When you scroll down here, you'll see it has face and license plate recognition ticked and smart detections ticked. And that will do people, vehicles, and animals. If you want to add in the extra enhancement, and I know what comments are probably going to be coming, you may want to add an AI key to your setup if you want to be able to add a little bit more AI. It doesn't do anything extra for the camera. It just gives you the search in context after. So if you want to search for a white cat, for example, you could go and search for a white cat if you wanted to do so, and just type that text in and it will go and find the white cats. BS. You can call BS, but that is actually the case. If you want to... Actually, no, you can't. I was going to say, if you want to check my emails and messages to see when I actually do find out, then you're welcome to do so. But actually, no, you can't. So I have one more question. I have one UDM SE connected to my internet. Is there a simple solution for the replacement device if my UDM SE breaks? Just network or network and cloud key? Network and protect would be my first question. And then I have another question on another platform from Ricardo. Can I use this with the cloud key? Yes, you can. There's nothing stopping you using it with the cloud key. You just need to turn protect off on one and use it, or actually you can leave it running on both of them, but you just need to adopt the cameras on the right one. Cyber Army said network and protect. So you probably want to look at maybe the Cloud Gateway Fiber if you're looking for a small form factor, but that doesn't have PoE. If you need PoE, then UDM SE is your only replacement. What's the largest SSD you can fit into a cloud key? I don't even know what the largest SSD you can buy, which is the 2.5 inch. There is a website, SSD. Right. There is this website which has UniFi storage requirements and whatnot. So you can have a little look on here. This is minimum 1 terabyte. The minimum is 1 terabyte SSD requiring no more than 5 volts of power. It does list some of the incompatible storages. So there's a handful of disks that don't fit. So yeah, it's all included on that website anyway, so you can have a look there. No worries. By the way, the G6 turret in black dropped this morning. Yes, it did. The G6 turret, I think it actually, was it this morning or was it last night? Anyway, it came about anyway. So yeah, you can take a look at and purchase that in black now if you want, which is always good. Where else do we get to? Where else do we get to? So let's move on to the next question. Yes, that's I didn't quite articulate it that way, but yeah, let's move on to the next question. Network and protect, I think we covered that one. What are you going to replace the SE and Max? Yeah, I mean, Pro Max is the next one up, but it doesn't have PoE. So it's a bit of a difficult one in terms of which one to choose. I just installed a G6 Pro Bullet. What on earth is adaptive IR? As it says in the specs. Adaptive IR, that is a very good question. I should actually know this, but I don't. So we're going to find out together at this point. So I'm going to plug my G6 turret in, or my G6 Pro Bullet, and see what adaptive IR is. This is why I like having the stuff to hand here, because it just makes life a little bit easier, or actually set up somewhere. So I can just use it and then we can see what we need to see. But I'll come back to you, Charles. Charlie's Beats. If I don't come back to it before the end of the stream, let me know. Hannah DX, hey man, hope you're well. Hope you're well too. Stitch, yes, okay. Just bear with me 1 second. So I'm just, I am watching my daughter at the same time to make sure she doesn't wake up. So if she does wake up and I suddenly disappear, you know why. 8 terabytes is the largest, but finding a quality NAS or surveillance quality SSD is the hard and a lot more expensive. Yeah, that's definitely the case. Adaptive IR, where are you? I know I've seen it. I just don't know where I've seen it. Can you point me to the settings of where it is? Thanks, no worries. The SE is the one. The SE is the one Ubiquity's best product. It does everything you need. The only upgrade is the Max. But if you buy anything else, you're downgrading. Yeah. Yes, I agree and disagree. I mean, it has a 3.5 gigabit throughput with IPS and IDS, whereas the fiber has 5. So if you need a higher IPS and IDS throughput, then maybe the Cloud Gateway Fiber or the Pro Max is what you want to look at. If you want something small and compact, then again, the fiber is what you want to look at. Do you think they'll reduce the price of the viewport? I'm hoping so, but then someone mentioned a comment that kind of got me thinking as well, like if they upgrade the functionality of the viewport, I don't know if it's software, hardware. If it's hardware, obviously it's not possible, but if it's software, to have the PTZ controls and two-way audio or Ether audio. So maybe they might upgrade some of the features within it. I'm not sure. Not sure what that looks like. Which switches support ACL? I bought my switch earlier this year, but it doesn't seem to have support when I try to set up local part of the object policy. I think you want to look at the Pro Max switches or the Pro switches and higher. I can't remember if the Switch Ultra does layer 3 routing, but I'm guessing anything that does layer 3 routing will have the ACL support you're looking for. So yeah, you want to maybe you want to take a look at those. How now that UNVR Instant has been announced, do you think there will be a UNAS in a similar sort of factor? I want to say yes. I would like to think there would be something coming in that way, shape, or form. But hey, for those that attended the UWC in London or even the one in Sweden a few days ago, you might know some of the stuff that's on the way. But I can neither confirm nor deny. I should put it that way, I guess. What time are we looking at? So we're coming up to the hour mark of where I want to be. So I'll take a few more questions. If I haven't answered your questions, I'm back again on Sunday around a similar sort of time, hopefully with no glitches to my stream. So yeah, that's yeah. I'll take a few more questions and then we'll come back again later this week, and we'll continue our conversation about the UNVR Instant. Have you tried an M4 drive larger than 2 gig in the Cloud Gateway Fiber? M2, yeah, okay, that is. I haven't, no. The Cloud Gateway Fiber that I have doesn't have that in it, and I've not tried a larger drive size in it. Maybe a lot of other people might have, but I can't say I have. It's something maybe you want to ask on one of the forums, and I'm sure there are people that probably have already done that. I just realized I didn't click your question. But yeah, there. Christopher, a lot of my clients have Apple TVs already, so I'll use the Protect app instead of the Viewport. Yeah, that's another solution that people tend to use, or they use an iPad and just put something like that on the wall if that's what they need, or some sort of tablet. Thanks. That's the L3 I need to look out for. Yep, you need to look out for the layer 3 stuff. Can I plug in an access point into it? I would probably say no. This is only to run UniFi network, UniFi Protect only, not anything to do with UniFi network. When do you think they will announce the release date of the new doorbells? So the new doorbells have dates attached to them. There's not a specific date. It has dates. One is October 2025, which is the doorbell light. So that's coming next month. And then we have the doorbell. We have the G6 entry and the G6 Pro entry. They are coming in Q4 of 2025. So that can be anywhere from October 1st all the way up to December 31st. Somewhere in that region. I can't give you an exact date just yet. But as and when I can say something, I'll be sure to let you know. If they update the website or anything like that, then yeah, I'll be sure to let you know. And I think we have caught up with most of the questions, which is always a good thing. There we go. Right. I don't know what is going on with my computer, but before Sunday, I'm going to rebuild my machine, and hopefully we won't have these issues on my next live stream. If I have these issues again, I'm chucking my Windows machine out the window, and I'm going to move back to my Mac, because this is becoming to be really frustrating. That I constantly have issues, and it can't be a good viewing. Well, maybe it might be funny for you guys at home where you're watching this, but for me, it's really frustrating. So maybe I might have to just go back to my Mac because Windows is driving me crazy. But anyway, what about the extender for the new G6 Pro? So I know there is one coming. I just don't know. There is one for the G6 Pro. I know there's one coming. I just don't know when it's coming, unfortunately. Adaptive IR. Sorry, Charlie, I haven't been able to have a look. Let me see if I can try and find out before Sunday stream. So let me see if I can find out before Sunday's stream. Feel free to pop back on Sunday around a similar sort of time if you're able to. And yeah, we can go over it then. I'm yet to install my 4TB Samsung Pro in my UCG Max. I guess, Vasil, there'll be a few people that might be interested in that. So do report back when you do get a chance to do that. No audio, no audio. Yeah, I think next time I'm going to have to scream really loudly and then watch it just suddenly start working. And then you're all going to scream at me saying you've gone deaf or something. Yes, definitely is the joys of live streaming. I guess it keeps it a little bit entertaining, right? Maybe I should have a countdown in like the top corner up here, like how long it's been since my last issue. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea actually. They have some specs on the camera page already. Let me let me have a look at that. All on you going to Windows. So the only reason I went to Windows, yes, I know it's my fault. The only reason I went to Windows is because of a very certain long form or short form app, which has had its controversies in America, to say the least. Yeah, all because of that app. The studio app that they run only runs on Windows, and you're not able, like every other streaming platform, you get a stream key, you can stream to it. This one platform does not allow you to have a stream key, and it only allows you to run the studio app, which only runs on Windows. So it's a pain in the backside. And because I'm running through OBS, I'm giving you streaming problems here. Because I'm running through OBS, it obviously then has all these issues that links with it. But I have my Mac Studio right there. I'm sure you can see right there. So if I have an issue, this is going out and my Mac Studio is going here until I find another Mac to do all my editing work. Bedtime, your devices start to talk to you. It definitely is my bedtime. It's already gone, actually, yeah. It's getting close to my bedtime. So yeah, that's for sure. Go through the pain of a VM. It's still easier. Yeah, but is it easier? Is it? Because then I have to pass everything through, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, maybe, who knows? Maybe if I get enough views and raise enough revenue through my YouTube, maybe I will buy a new Mac Studio to run all the live stream stuff and obviously sell this Windows machine at the same time. So if anybody's interested in a Windows machine, let me know because it's a bloody pain. Good evening. Yerger. Not quite sure how you pronounce that. I apologize if I've butchered how that's supposed to be pronounced. Thanks for streaming. No problem. I remember my first few streams. I guess I'll go a bit down memory lane. I've done like nearly 40 plus streams now, surprisingly. But I remember doing my first few streams and I'm always like very nervous, got everything ready, got all my script ready. But you guys just make it a lot easier now. Just come, have a chat, and then call it a night and go to sleep. And then obviously you can laugh at my issues that I have along the way as well. So especially the blue screens, they're always fun. But I'm not going to jinx it anymore. I'm going to call it a night there. And we'll have a chat on Sunday. I should be back then and we can continue the conversation. So I will see you all in the next one.